What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Behind the Ball. A little bit of a different video today. Obviously, everyone is focusing on the players that we're going in and out, but obviously a little bit of news that's kind of slid under the radar, but still big news, is that Michael Beale, our number two, Gerrard's number two, our assistant manager, is pretty much the bookie's favourite to get the job as the QPR manager down in the Championship. Apparently, he's been offered an interview. Gerrard's commented on it in the media as well, which we'll get onto later on. And it could be a very, very big loss for Aston Villa. So I thought I'd cover it quickly in a bit of a shorter video, just to get your guys' opinions as well, get my opinion across as well to you guys, and see what we think if Michael Beale leaves. Obviously, it is a big if. We don't know if he is going to leave for sure yet. These things happen in football. Managers get approached, etc., and then nothing comes to fruition. But there is a chance, and how much could it affect Aston Villa? Let's delve into it. So delving in to Michael Beale a little bit more, he has been coaching since sort of the early 2000s, starting at Chelsea and progressing through their youth team before eventually going to the Liverpool youth setup, where he was for quite some years. So 2002 to 2012 he was with Chelsea, then moved to Liverpool youth and under 21 from 2012 to 2016, before having a quick spout in Sao Paulo, coming back to the Liverpool youth setup where Steven Gerrard was at the time, and then going up to Rangers, obviously, with Steven Gerrard left at the same time as Steven Gerrard in 2017-18 season. I believe it was actually 2018 they left. But as you can tell, he's been at Liverpool since 2012. Clearly, him and Gerrard struck up a good friendship whilst they were all there. Gerrard's still been in and around Liverpool. Even his first few jobs were at the Liverpool youth setup, being their manager for a little while. I think he was there for about a year before he went over to be the Rangers manager. And Michael Beale's been pretty much with him the whole time. Obviously went to Rangers together where they'd done something special. They won the league undefeated. He's been with Gerrard for over 200 games as his assistant manager. And the interesting thing about it is he has literally been called the man behind Gerrard's success. And that's what worries me if Beale does leave. He plans and leads training sessions. That comes from players that have said that as well. So that's not like a media rumour. He literally is the man, the brain behind Villa's training at the moment. Kyle Lafferty, Rangers player, ex-Rangers player, said that Beale is the brains behind Rangers when they were going through that fantastic sort of period when they won that league. He's obviously been praised by Jamie Carragher as well, a player that's in and around Liverpool still to this day, despite the fact he's moved on to punditry. And you have to look at what happened. A lot of people point to John Terry leaving as Dean Smith's second-hand man as the start of the end for Dean Smith. We were never the same. Defensively, we were never the same when John Terry left. I do agree with that. I'm not sure that John Terry leaving was ultimately the reason that Dean Smith failed. But it's interesting, when you're with an assistant manager, and, Stephen Beale is the only assistant manager that Gerrard has ever known. And he clearly trusts him. He lets him literally lead the team behind the lines, and it's an interesting. I've been listening to the overlap loads of not Jamie Carragher, with Gary Neville, and he said there's different sort of people. There's managers and then there's coaches. There's managers who won't really be too impactful on the training pitch. They'll be sit back and they'll just sort out the team, sort out the tactics, etc., go from there. And then there's more hands-on coaches. From the sounds of it, Gerrard is more of a manager. He likes to stand off, let his coaching team lead those sessions and get all the players where he wants them to be and impart what he wants onto the squad. And Bill is clearly a big part of that. Been his assistant manager since day one when he's got a proper job at a proper team like Rangers. And if Bill goes, who do we get in to replace him? Does Gerrard know who he wants to come in to replace him? Does he want to poach Liverpool again? Mark Delaney's left the youth setup, so he's not going to get promoted up. Bill stated in an interview that he wanted to be a manager by 40, and he's 41 now. QPR is a club that's coming in, apparently very ambitious, getting a lot of backing from the board. What a club to get your managerial career started at. Do you know what I mean? And when you think about how Steven Gerrard's going to take the news, let me pull up a quote here. When asked about, obviously, Michael Beale being in the running for the QPR job, it's not like he said, I wish him all the best, blah, 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 blah. He literally said, I'll never stand in anyone's way who doesn't want to be part of this journey. That goes for staff or players. That is a bit catty. Let's be honest. That's pretty much saying, look, if you don't want to be here with me, leave. But I want you here. I think that's what I get from that. It's going to be a big, big shock if he does leave. Obviously, this is all up in the air. We don't know if he is going to leave, and I don't know what will happen if he does leave. I do fear a bit of a dip in form. It depends who we get in as our second assistant manager. But let's have a look at the positives that we could possibly get out of this. Again, it allows for Gerrard to experiment with a new assistant manager that could come in and do a better job than Michael Beale. We don't know. Maybe it will have a positive impact on the club. Again, I don't know who's going to get in. Everyone seems to be praising Beale heavily, the brains behind it and stuff, but surely Gerrard's the one that's coming up with everything. So maybe, Gerrard's not getting as much credit as he deserves. But it will be interesting to see who we get in. But if he does go to QPR, let's have a think about this. It's an instant link with a championship club. Beale and Gerrard have been together for like since 2018? What's that? 4 years now? Clearly have known each other for longer because of the amount of time that Beale was with Liverpool. I don't think their friendship's just going to end and their business relationship's just going to end because Michael Beale goes to QPR. And actually, we have young players that we want to progress. Could you imagine Louis Barry getting a full season under Michael Beale at QPR? We could send him there on loan. Even players like JPB, who's coming back from Stoke, Finn Azaz, who was in the League Two Team of the Year, or it might have been Vanarama. I think it was League Two Team of the Year. Could he come back and have a good loan out to QPR? And probably Beale's going to be able to promise something to Gerrard when it comes to loaning players that other managers aren't going to be able to do because of that sort of relationship that they have. QPR have been touted as an ambitious club with a lot of money. So could we sell some of our fringe players down there? Maybe Beale's worked with them and he's like, yeah, no, I will take those. We'll take those. And could we even use them as a bit of a feeder club if Beale's still there? It's all up in the air. There's positives, there's negatives. Honestly, if he is important to Gerrard as the media and other players have made out, I would be very, very worried if he did leave and go to QPR. How are we going to fill a void that is apparently so I don't even know the word to describe it. Huge. It's big. Could it be catastrophic? Could it actually be a blessing in disguise and allow Gerrard to blossom more, get a new assistant manager in who might even do a better job? I don't know. This is one of the videos that I really am interested to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Just a short video from me to fill the time until my next regular videos when I have my next set of days off from work, because I am back now. But anyways, I've been Behind the Ball. As always, I'm out. Have a good day, guys.